Most people believe that the spirit husband and the spirit wife, the incubus and succubus, they are the same spirit. They turn into a woman, then they sleep with a man and collect his sperm.
In a moment, I'm going to show some clips to give some context. Now, before I do that, let me just give you a quick rundown of what the heck is happening. Yesterday, there was a video that went viral almost immediately. Breitbart, in the middle of the day, went live with these so-called frontline doctors who think they have the cure for COVID-19. And they said the cure was hydroxychloroquine and zinc and basically just some other things that we already know have all been tested to not cure COVID-19. And there's this conspiracy theory that the government is, for whatever reason, hiding this information and that they're just trying to get us to wear masks. And she very vehemently opposes masks and lockdowns, anything. She's like, look, there's a cure. Nobody needs to die. We have the cure. Now, I'm going to show you some video from 2013 that should give you a little bit of context of who this actually is. Because Donald Trump, Prager University, Breitbart, and some of Donald Trump's children have been posting this stuff. Now, one of Donald Trump's children, I believe it was Donald Trump Jr., actually was banned for 12 hours from Twitter for posting her content because she's lying about COVID-19, which could actually get people killed. These sorts of lies have gotten people killed. So here's a clip of her talking about sex-changing demons stealing people's sperm and implanting them into other people. Don't believe me? You watch it for yourself.
We had another young lady. She was sitting right there. She got to the hospital. She had cysts. She had fibroids. She had ovarian cysts. And she was about to go for surgery. When she came here, we started praying. She started vomiting blood. She vomited and vomited and vomited. When she went back home, she started producing clots. Her period came and it was big, big clots. So she ran to the doctor because she was scared. They examined her. Cyst, fibroid, gone. Evil spiritual pregnancies. We have seen a lot of them. They call them fibroids. They call them endometriosis. They even sometimes actually like a pregnancy. It's called a molar pregnancy. You are pregnant with this thing that looks like grapes. It comes out in the pathology that it looks like a big bunch of fluffy looking grapes. These things are evil deposit of the spirit husband. Most people believe that the spirit husband and the spirit wife, the incubus and succubus, they are the same spirit. They turn into a woman, then they sleep with a man and collect his sperm. Then they turn into a man and then they sleep with another woman and deposit the sperm and reproduce more of themselves. Because of the way they are, angels cannot reproduce. You understand what I'm saying? So they can use human beings to reproduce more Nephilims.
So she's talking about a demon that's turning from a male to a female, extracting sperm, putting it in another person, a woman, and then just having a baby. But she says that doctors also can't sense this pregnancy, and if you go to her church, it'll just fade away. That pregnancy will just go away. Or I guess if you go to the doctor and they don't find it and you go home and vomit blood, that's what it was. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. It's absolutely bizarre. So why is this important? Why is it important? Are we just trying to drag this person's name through the mud? No, it's important because you have a choice of who to believe. You have a choice of believing the science experts, the medical experts, and what the data is telling us. Or you can believe this person, Dr. Stella. You can believe the kinds of people who believe in sex-changing demons stealing your sperm. So the real problem here is that there's a lack of trust in institutions. I think people really, deep down, understand that the medical science is usually pretty good. There's a reason we live to be about 80 years old today and we're not dying at 30. It's because we have sanitation and we have things for when we get infected, to help us out. But now we have people who, for whatever reason, don't believe science. And whatever your reason, you got to think long and hard about which side you're going to be on here. Because there's one side that simply just wants you to wear a mask, and there's another side that really wants you to believe that there's a cure out there and that the government's hiding it from you. The government's hiding it. The entire world doesn't know the truth. Only American conservatives, Prager University, Donald Trump, Dr. Stella, they know the answer. The entire world is wrong. New Zealand, who's down to 0 cases because they listened to science and got rid of the disease completely, though they don't know the answer. They could have just had hydroxychloroquine and zinc. That's the worldview you have to choose between. You have to choose between the science worldview and the conspiracy worldview. Which is more likely? Is it more likely that the entire world is conspiring just to hurt conservatives or Donald Trump or whatever it is that you believe, or that listening to the science like New Zealand did to get down to 0 cases, or so many other countries have done to have only a few hundred deaths, maybe we should listen to that. Because here in this country, we have more deaths than any other country on the planet. We have 5% of the world's population and 25% of the COVID-19 deaths. So choose a side and choose wisely. Because right now, a lot of you guys seem crazy, and you really need to dig down deep and decide, do you really want to stay on this train, or do you maybe want to back off? So if you have a friend who has hopped on to the Dr. Stella bandwagon since yesterday, please send them this video. Please like, share, spread this around. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.